It is the day before the first day of school, and I am so excited to start this adventure with you. I'm Jen Kraus, the elementary coordinator of CV Virtual Academy, and hopefully I'm not a new face to you. But I do want to introduce some new faces. Take a look at the middle of your screen and find your child's grade level. We have an incredible team of professionals that are ready to support you every step of the way. In kindergarten, we have Miss Devaney. In first grade, we have Mr. Rhinesmith and Mrs. France. In second grade, Mr. Richard and Mrs. Fowler. In third grade, Mrs. Shetter and Mrs. Huffle. In fourth grade, Mrs. Kohler and Mrs. Schnettler. And in fifth grade, Mrs. Reed, with hopefully a co-instructor coming soon. Up until about a week ago, it was just myself and Mrs. Schnettler and a few other individuals helping from the admin team, but now I am so excited to introduce our incredible CVVA staff to you this year. We'll be using these individuals as your point person, so instead of funneling all of your questions through me, make sure that you start reaching out to your grade level instructor or co-instructor for your first line of support when you need it. Tomorrow is the first day of school, and we are going to go ahead and ask you to log into K12. Many of you received your K12 email, and if you didn't already, go into your email address that you provided in the enrollment form and search your inbox for the word K12 or the word Fuel Ed, F-U-E-L-E-D, which is the parent company. You should have gotten a welcome to K12 email and set up your Learning Coach account as well as an account for your student, which are separate from Conestoga Valley. So tomorrow and every day of school now, you're going to head to K12.com. I would suggest bookmarking this on your desktop or creating a shortcut so that kids can get there really easily. You're going to click OLS Login, and here is where you're going to type in your student account. Remember that your learner is the one logging in each day. When you click Login, the inside of your K12 account shows in front. I'm going to move this over here. All right, right in the center here, just as described, K12 is going to have a to-do list, and that's going to be the things that K12 recommends that you do today. It'll also show you the date here. The Class Connect sessions we are not going to use. We're going to use Zoom instead. So if you ever see Class Connect, just go ahead and ignore that. If you end up missing a few lessons, they'll be sitting right here, 5 overdue lessons. You can click and open that up right away and jump right into your 5 overdue lessons. Back to the home screen. In the middle here, the lesson shortcuts. This is what this student is being asked to do today. Remember that this is just a demo account. Yours is probably going to have a few more things here. So you can go ahead and decide today, do I want to start with ELA or do I want to start with math? And let's pretend that I want to start with ELA. You'll simply open it up and the lesson unfolds for the child right here. I want to go ahead and continue the lesson. And I'll begin here by pointing out the menu along the left-hand side, which will show you the sequence of the lesson all the way through for today. You'll also have some tools here to help you. Clicking the reading button, it'll read it out loud to you. I particularly like this focus screen that you can slide up and down, and that'll usually help the learner's eyes stay right there on track. And you'll be going to click through the lessons. They might be watching something, reading it out loud, playing a game, but the lesson unfolds right here. And if you ever get to a point where you need materials, you'll also have materials along the right-hand side that'll tell you what you need to get ready. Let's go back to the home. So I go ahead and I clicked on ELA, and let's pretend that I finished that lesson already, and then I'm going to go ahead and get ready for math. Some students really like to see their daily plan. So I want to point out this feature to you right up here. Beside the home button, there's a plan button. And I would really encourage you every single day when your learner logs in to click on plan and then daily plan. And here you'll see if it's required or if it's optional. You'll also be able to say the weekly overview. So if you know that maybe Tuesday is going to be a really busy day for you, you can start to see this math lesson, comparing and ordering numbers, and this ELA lesson 1.2. I might actually start working ahead on those on Monday because You might know in your family schedule that you're busy on Tuesday. And once you start finishing these lessons, the learners will see that these green circles will be filled in completely. And that means the lesson was mastered and they're ready to move on. So this is called the weekly plan, but there's also a great daily plan as well. Let's go back to the home button. Sometimes along the left side here, underneath this to-do section, you'll see a little yellow sun. That little yellow sun means that K12 is recommending that lesson is finished today in order for you to stay on track. If you ever need to prioritize because of your family schedule, make sure that math and ELA are the ones being completed each day. If you want to prepare materials over here in the quick links, as a learning coach, you can peek into some of the materials that they may need. And it says there are no materials that we need that day. But as we look ahead, you might even be able to see, okay, I have handwriting materials. I might want to look at the rubric. For the learning coach, you may want to get the spelling test ready to go. So you'll be able to actually walk through day to day and see what materials that you'll need. Again, I'm on the home screen, and off to the right-hand side, I just clicked on materials that I'll need. A lot of these other quick links we will not be using. For example, the file sharing we are not using. Class Connect we are not using. Contacting your teachers we're not using. All of those will be hosted through Class Dojo. So this gives you a glimpse as to what I'd like you to do today. On the first day of school, you're also going to see an extra course. It's going to follow at the bottom here, and it's called Online Learning K5. This extra course called Online Learning K5 is a 4-lesson tutorial, and that's where I want you to start on Monday. Make sure that your child sits down, they're logging into K12, you're here on the home screen. Maybe you click around the plan, and you teach them how to find the daily plan, but together, the learning coach and the learner should scroll down and find a course called Online Learning K5. Walking through that tutorial together on the first day of school is going to set you up for success. Remember that even if you don't have your K12 boxes that have shipped to your home yet, you can still log in and get started with learning, prioritizing math and ELA each day. Those shipment boxes are experiencing some delays, but your learning doesn't have to wait. Another important piece of information is that down here on the left side, those lesson shortcuts, if you see a bright yellow sun, that sun is your symbol from K12 that recommends that that lesson is completed today in order for your learner to stay on track. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a preview into K12. The messaging feature will not be used, the community feature will not be used, and we'll walk you through the help feature in a separate video. We'll walk you through the service center of how you can get help on those off hours in another video. For the first day of school, make sure that you're logging into K12. You have the password set up somewhere that your learner can see. Your learner is the one accessing K12 each day, and that you're finding down here at the bottom, Online Learning K5, and you're completing that course together. If you're really excited and you want to jump in, after you complete that course, you may go ahead and choose one of your lesson shortcuts to begin today. Since it's also the first day of school, our program head, Dr. Don Mann, is planning a special event that we posted on Class Dojo. On August 27th, this post here is sharing and inviting you to a back-to-school meeting from Don Mann. He's hosting it at 4 different times. So think about your family schedule and please plan on joining us for one of those time slots. The link to join is right here as it's a Zoom session. I'm very excited to start the school year with you. I know that not everything is going to be smooth right out of the gate like we all hope that it would be, but your CVVA team is here to help you and support you. And now you've got a preview as to what you need to do on K12 starting on Monday, the first day of school, and we'll also see you in the back to school meeting with Dr. Mann. Have a fantastic first day of school.